3 years ago, I quit my day job. I used to work as a security technician. So I was in a trade. It wasn't like a 9 to 5 day job, but it was basically an 8 to 4. And my life kind of sucked. I really was not happy doing that. At that point, I was still doing drugs. I was still drinking alcohol. I was just a degenerate. But I watched a really incredible YouTube video that just changed my outlook on life. And so I'm going to drop some gold on you today. This is about how to become a one percenter, or even more than that, how to become full stack. And these are like words that are supposed to pull you in. It's a hook, right? But that's not what it's about. Everybody starts out in the 99 percenter paradigm. We're all at the beginning, we're 99 percenters. We just go with the flow, whatever way the current's going, whatever the people around us are doing, we follow it. That's what a 99 percenter does. You're a consumer. You just consume, and you don't create anything. And eventually you get fed up with that. You start desiring something. You see someone else has something, or maybe you just have this internal drive for more than just consuming and wasting away. And so you level up a little bit. You enter a state of desire. You're still a 99 percenter, but now you're a little bit better. You're at least wanting something out of life. And when you want something enough, you level up again. You reach the state of replication. You're still a dummy. You're still a bot. You're still just a battery working for somebody else's dreams. But you start looking around and you're thinking, man, what am I missing? And so you see someone doing something, and this was where I was at, and you enter the state of replication. You're basically copying other people because you don't know what to do on your own. You have to, from somewhere, find out what you can do. And that's what I did. One of my favorite YouTubers, Ivan Jurek, he does squat every day. And 3 years ago, I was watching him do squat every day. And I said, you know what? I work out, but I'm not that consistent. I do drugs. I am freaking wasting away. And so I decided if I could do anything, at least I could download a video editor on my phone. I could record myself doing some squats, and I could start squatting every day. And that's exactly what I did. I copied him. I entered the state of replication, and I started creating some content and posting my squat every day videos every single day. And after you're in the state of replication for long enough, hopefully you start improving and you start learning a little bit about what you're doing. You're not just wasting away, you're not just going through the motions, but you're realizing, wow, I'm actually learning something. I'm actually building a skill. Now you enter the creation paradigm where you're no longer just copying others. Now you've got your own ideas and you start creating things on your own. You're in a whole different paradigm. Your world shifts. You're not just copying anymore, you're now creating. And you do this long enough, you start to really level up. You get to the top of your field. Now, it takes a long time, takes a lot of effort, but eventually you can become a one percenter. And it's actually not that hard to be a one percenter in what you do. In fitness, it's especially hard. Most people are out of shape. Now, when I say one percenter, people think like, oh, the best of the best. That's not what I mean. I mean 1% of the world. I'm not talking about like you're in the select few at the top. That's a whole different thing. They are already full stack. Once you copy enough people, you create enough things, you work in enough fields, you become a one percenter in enough areas, you can become full stack too. You can level up so far that every single checkbox in your life is ticked off. You got the finances in check. You got the lifestyle in check. You got the relationship you wanted. You got a, roof over your head. You're eating healthy. You're doing all the stuff you're supposed to do. You're training. You got a business. You a career-oriented person, or your goals are being worked on. It's not just like copying people anymore. It's not just being good at the specific thing you do. It's actually excelling in multiple areas because you put your effort into multiple areas. And that's becoming full stack. That's the real goal. That's where mastery really happens. And that's what I wanted. So I started copying these guys' YouTube videos, started copying fitness videos, started making my own videos, started getting my own ideas. This was one of my ideas. Actually, this is kind of something I copied from somebody else that I'm still doing. I saw someone doing 1,000,000 push-ups and I thought, I want that. I could do 1,000,000 push-ups. And really, at that point in time, I just wanted to be consistent. And so a day in the life for me looked kind of like this. I wake up at 6:30, maybe 7. I do my morning routine. I go to work from 8 to 4. Sometimes I have to drive far away and it turns into a 10 or 12-hour day. Sometimes I finish my work early, I get a signature on my contract, and I could go home. And I get home early, get paid for a full day. Pretty sweet. But usually I wasn't working like an extra long day or an extra short day. Usually I was working my fair share, my 8 or 9 hours. And I get home, I do some drugs, I play a ton of video games, and I go to bed. And then I start making YouTube videos. And this is where my productivity spiked, because I'm not just waking up at 6 anymore. Now I wake up at 4:30, and I'm not just getting ready right away. I go to my garage, I get a workout in. I work out for an hour, and it's good. It's a good workout, right? I have it planned out. I'm not just working out every once in a while. I'm doing this every day. I record it. I edit the footage. I do a voiceover, right? I'm thinking about what I'm doing. I go inside, shower, shave, clean up, get my stuff ready for work, prepare a lunch. I don't eat breakfast, which I'll talk about that too, because that's a whole different topic. I go to work, get off work. I'm still doing drugs, mind you, at this point, but I go back to my YouTube video, get it done, go to bed earlier, wake up the next morning and do it again. And I'm actually starting to be productive, right? And I ended up quitting that job. I pursued a whole different avenue in my life, but that was one of the most productive times in my life. And just lately, I have not felt good about what I've been doing. I've been kind of consistent with the push-ups. I did this thing where I was doing 200 push-ups every other day at the beginning of January, and I was okay for January. And then February, I immediately failed. I started doing 400 push-ups every third day, and then about halfway through this month, I kind of fell off. And so I did 1,000 push-ups in a day, and then I realized like that's kind of a lot to do pretty often, and I got injured doing way too many push-ups last year. So I decided, you know what? I've been thinking about this all year. 200 push-ups a day. 200 push-ups a day, no excuses, no more. Now, I'll be honest, I'll do a little bit more, but I'm not doing 300. I'm not going down that road again, because last year I was doing like 300, 350, 400, 5, 6, 700 push-ups a day. I did that for a few months and I really hurt my wrist, and honestly, I still haven't fully recovered. So I'm not doing that, but 200 push-ups a day. I want to add to the tally every single day. Because when you do hard things, especially in the morning, it makes the rest of your day way easier. When I would get that workout in before work, I knew I'm a step ahead of these guys. I got a little light in my eye. I know something they don't. I know I just got a solid workout in. You woke up, you had your coffee, you ate a donut for breakfast. I'm getting ahead. And now I don't really want to think about it that way either, because that's striving and it's a competitive mindset. And that's not necessarily healthy either. But in that moment, it was really important for me to see I'm not just a drug addict. I'm not just a slacker. I'm not just a lazy bum. I'm capable of something more. And when you get up and you do something hard and you earn your meal, you don't just get up and stuff your face, but actually you wait to eat. You put off the meal. Maybe you have a cold shower in the morning. You do something hard. It's uncomfortable. It makes the rest of your day way better. You're more focused. You're dialed in because you know you're working towards something behind the scenes. It's not just for show. It's not just for money. It's for something more. And just lately, I've realized I used to be a drug addict. I do drugs every single day. Like, I'm really not a casual person. So I can't be acting casual. I can't be like, oh yeah, 200 push-ups every other day. I got to do 200 push-ups every day, or at least 100 every day. I got to be showing up for myself every day because I was a drug addict. I mean, I tried to end my life. I did awful things. So I don't like calling this a productivity life hack, but it really is. I don't like calling it a hack because it's not a hack. It's just a strategy and it works. Do something hard early in the morning. You'll get more done throughout the day. Put it off, you won't get stuff done. I love reading my Bible, but if I go into my Bible first thing in the morning, I'll be honest, I'm just really not that productive. Reading first thing in the morning is not very good for me. I gotta get active. And then I could go to my Bible and I could read and I could be way more dialed in. But if I don't do some work, I haven't earned my bread and my heart's just not in it. That's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I did 640 push-ups over 3 days. Adding that to my 88,428 brings me to 89,068 push-ups completed so far. Thank you for watching. Jesus loves you. Bye.